How to make sure you fit in your budget. Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. I'm Svetlana Krasnova from Best Indian Weddings Italy, the first and only wedding planning agency in Italy specialized in Indian weddings. Every day I help Indian brides and grooms-to-be realize their authentic Indian celebrations in the most beautiful country in the world. I'm running this series of videos called the SOS Indian Weddings in Italy with useful tips and advice that you won't find anywhere else. So, if you are looking to host your Indian destination wedding in Italy, then please subscribe to my channel, hit the bell to always keep updated with the new videos every week. The topic of this week is how to make sure you fit in your budget. This is quite an issue for many couples because they start the planning and then they find themselves surrounded by the extra costs that pop out here and there, and they are of course afraid and don't know what to do and how to face the situation. For this reason, it's extremely important to make all your calculations thoroughly so that you manage to stay within your established budget. And there are some considerations that I want to share with you. If we're talking about how to fit in your budget, that means that you have already set the budget for your wedding. The most essential step without which you absolutely can't start planning your wedding in Italy is the budget. Set your budget. Sometimes couples don't even actually know how much they can spend on their wedding. Maybe they have a rough idea, but then they start contacting venues and suppliers thinking that it's enough to find out the cost of a venue or a supplier and base their calculations on that. No, it doesn't work like that. You can't contact a venue or a supplier without knowing if it actually fits in your budget or not, if you can afford it or not. There are different range of prices for each service. In order to put together a budget, talk with your parents first, decide who pays what, analyze your assets, and decide on a budget with a realistic digit that you would be comfortable spending for your wedding. It's important that the budget is made of a realistic digit. Because if you have 15,000 euros to spend on a wedding, I can already tell you that's not realistic. So, in this first phase, it's important to speak with the families and see how much they are willing to spend on a wedding, a budget that could be realistic for a destination wedding. And to help you do that, we have different free resources created exactly to help you better understand the costs and the budget for an Indian wedding in Italy. You have a useful guide on the costs, a budget spreadsheet and so on. There is a link in the description where you can find all those amazing tools completely free to download. Now the second step is not start contacting suppliers, but to understand how the budget should be allocated. And in order to make the calculations easier, I always suggest splitting the total budget in two equal parts, where one part goes towards the food and the other half goes towards everything else: venue, decor, suppliers. So you already know that you can't book a supplier which is more expensive and doesn't fit in that part of the budget. It has already happened to me to be contacted by a couple who had already confirmed with a venue that was more expensive than half of their budget. You can understand that if the venue must fit in half budget together with the decor and suppliers, its cost alone can't be more than that half. Otherwise, you won't have enough money to cover the food part and no money left to cover everything else. And of course, you can't have a wedding without the decor, the DJ, the makeup artist, the photographer, let alone a wedding planner. So this is another fundamental phase. The third step is the list of your priorities. What I always suggest, but what is often taken lightly, but which is truly important, is understanding which is your highest priority, what you care about the most for your wedding, so that you can understand which of the spending chapters will have more importance. You need to decide whether it's the venue, the food, the decor, the photographer. Because we said that all the suppliers together with the decor and the venue must all fit in one half of the total. So you can't spend, let's say, 25% of the total on just the photographer. That would be too much and you would be limited for everything else. But it's also important to understand where to focus, because you could spend a little bit more on something you decide to prioritize and maybe save on some other spending chapters. I've had couples who spent 18,000 euros on only photos and videos, and other couples who spent 7,000 euros on only the DJ without considering the rental price of the equipment for him, because those were their priorities. And that is all doable if the budget you have available allows you to do so. But if you see that half of your budget will all be spent on one specific supplier, then it comes without saying that you can't go for such expensive option. Otherwise, you will compromise your entire budget. Fortunately, it's easy to find suppliers for every budget. You just need to make more thorough research and decide what to prioritize. So, let's recap. Step 1, set your budget. Step 2, divide the budget into equal parts. One half goes towards the food and the other half goes towards everything else. And then step number 3, write a list of priorities to understand where you can spend more. Of course, always with some limits, because you can't overspend no matter how much you want it. Let's say, for example, you absolutely want Bollywood decor, for which you would need 15,000 euros. But if the total budget is 30,000 euros, it's clear that it won't be feasible, because only the decor would already take half of your budget without leaving you money for the venue and suppliers. What I always say is that you must start from the budget and its correct allocation. In my video course for do-it-yourself Indian couples planning their own wedding in Italy, the very first topic is dedicated to the budget, because it's the most important thing. Without the budget, there is no planning. For many couples, this is a crucial point, and they definitely start from that. That's why in the many videos of this first topic, I talk about the cost, the exact percentages, how to take off and spend wisely, how to save money. So if you're planning your wedding in Italy on your own, these resources can truly save you from making mistakes. I've put the link in the description if you are interested in. Okay, now that you have set your budget, split it into two halves, understood where to focus, now you have to calculate the expense of the food per person. So take your guest list, and here again we're going to work with two different amounts. The first one is your ideal number of guests. I said ideal because it's not given that all those guests could fit into your budget. So there must be a minimum number as well. Only those guests that you couldn't have your wedding without. I have spoken previously about how to handle your guest list, so I invite you to watch that video if you have too many guests and don't know how to handle the guest list and how to shorten it. So take the half of the budget for the food and divide it for the minimum number of guests. This way you will extract the amount you would spend on the food per person. Of course, now you have to decide on how many food functions you want to hold. And after you have seen how much you have available for the food per person, you can start asking quotes to make comparisons of the prices. Maybe you imagine having 4 to 5 food functions, but then after the calculations you see that your budget would only be enough for 2. So it's important to know that from the beginning to avoid making vain plans. This way you already have a parameter to base your calculations on, but you still need to contact more than one suppliers so that you can compare the prices, because everyone has different quotes and this applies to all kinds of suppliers. For example, you can spend a lot on the decor, but you can also spend less. So it's important that you don't stop after the first quote you receive, but explore different options and compare them. In my video course, I explain what to ask the suppliers, how to read their quotes, how to have cost-effective decor, and many other different situations for the budget-oriented couples. And my advice here is to explore many different options before confirming someone's services, and often keep the budget percentages in mind. And last but not least, decide what eventually could be cut off or given up to be able to fit in the budget. Some couples have booked only a photographer and not a videographer, and only for the wedding day and not for the pre-wedding events. Another couple has decided to put the playlist from their phones for the pre-wedding events and hire a DJ only for the wedding reception. Some couples have decided for a basic mandap with no stage and no flowers, but just some classic fabric and some greenery. Some others may opt for the open bar to open only after the reception and not for the whole duration of the event. So as you can see, there are many options, and we also put many resources at your disposal to help you with that. The most important thing is to follow all these steps in the right way, and you will definitely fit in your budget. That's all for today. Thank you for watching this video that I hope can truly help you with planning your beautiful wedding in Italy. If you haven't done it yet, subscribe to my channel, follow Best Indian Weddings Italy on Facebook and Instagram, comment in the post, and I will be happy to answer. See you next week!